Hi there, Sierra Dator from Wise Girl Workshops. This week with our 3rd and 4th grade, and actually all grades, we're talking about one of the 8 core foundations of Wise Girl Workshops, which is developing and keeping and having a positive body image. So this week with our older grades, we're focusing on undoing some of the messages that they are receiving through social media, through their peers, in terms of how they view their bodies and what their bodies should look like. In 3rd and 4th grade, we're working more from a prevention standpoint, which is about how to help girls in 3rd and 4th grade really embrace their bodies and not lose hold of that. So I gave them all chalkboards today, and we discussed different body parts. For example, you'd say nose. Well, what are some of the amazing things that your nose can do? Well, somebody said you can get a COVID test. If you didn't have your nose, you wouldn't be able to get a COVID test. You can smell with your nose. We talked about the hairs in your nose that keep germs and bacteria and viruses out of your body. And so looking at going through our body parts and discussing what are some of the amazing things that our bodies can do. Then moving to the idea that as we age, sometimes as we get older or as our friends get older, that sometimes we start to not like our bodies, that we don't like certain part of our bodies, and that if and when that happens, we want to remain focused on the fact that our bodies do so many wonderful things. We talked about how our bodies are supposed to look different from each other. We are not supposed to all look the same. And one of the things that I really highlighted was the fact that our bodies are supposed to change throughout our lifetime, because I know with older girls that can be really hard as they develop breasts, as their bodies change with puberty. And a lot of girls can feel like I should be 100 pounds. And while some girls are meant to be 100 pounds, most girls aren't. And so working with your daughters on the idea, just the simple concept that our bodies are supposed to change. So we talked about when we were babies to when we were toddlers till the age that they are now, and how much their body has changed, and that their body is supposed to change as they get older. So that's a really important concept that I want girls to embrace, because some of them feel really shocked as they age, that like, oh my gosh, like I'm so much bigger than other people. And so I really want to plant those seeds now as preventative, so that it's not like, oh my gosh, my body has changed so much and I don't like my body. I really want to be opening up this dialogue now. The other part of our workshop is we use this game here called Life Stories. It is a non-competitive interactive game where you just take turns and you get to share about yourself. You get asked different questions. The girls really liked this game, and it was fun to hear their different stories that they wanted to tell. I use this game one, because it is fun and I know that the girls would like it, but 2, because it's really important for girls to be able to talk about themselves, to be able to tell stories, because it is through that we build connection. And unfortunately, what I'm finding with older girls is, especially those who are using social media, is that they lose that ability. They lose that confidence to be able to share about themselves. And with that said, if you're somebody who hasn't really ever shared about yourself, it's going to be really hard to do it. So we want to start in these younger years, really encouraging our daughters to share about themselves. And while they might be really great at that at home, sometimes when we come into a social setting, it can feel challenging. So this is an opportunity for them to really practice those social skills of how to tell a story, how to share, and also about how to listen. Right? Important skills.